Yashodanandana Vrajajaranjana Yashodanandana Vrajajaranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jayo Radha Kunda Bihari Jaya Gopi Hare Rama 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 Hare Jagannatha Baladeva Maya Subhadra Jaya Gauranitai Gauranitai Jaya Gauranitai Jai Jai Prabhupada Jai Jai Prabhupada Jai Jai Gurudev Jai Jai Gurudev Nitai Gaur Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaur Hari हरिनाम संकीर्तन की ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जायमुदीरये नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तम श्लोके भक्तिर्भवती नैष्टिकी कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकी नंदनाय च नंदगोप कुमाराय गोविंदाय नमो नमः नमो पंकजनाभाय नमो पंकजमालिने नमो पंकजनेत्राय नमस्ते पंकजांग्रये Hare Krishna. I'll speak in English. So very happy to be here at this Friday program, and very grateful to Rakesh Prabhu for so kindly, inviting me over here. So today, Prabhuji wanted me to speak on this topic of Gundicha cleaning, lessons from Gundicha cleaning. So no, according to our Tithi, tomorrow is Snan Yatra of Jagannath Ji. So this June-July month is filled with a lot of events connected to Lord Jagannath. So tomorrow is Snan Yatra, next week is, I think next week, next to next week. After 10-15 days is Gundicha Lila, how Mahaprabhu cleans the Gundicha temple, and then the Rath Yatra pastime. So Rakesh Prabhu wants that devotees understand this topic well and, try to derive the maximum benefit of this Gundicha Marjan Lila. So I am going to discuss today from Chaitanya Charitamrita. So this book, Chaitanya Charitamrita, is like a PhD level book. Even though it's like a PhD level book, Srila Prabhupada wanted devotees to read and discuss on this book. For us, it is very difficult to understand Radha Krishna Lila. For conditioned people to understand Radha Krishna pastimes is very difficult. But the same Radha Krishna came in the form of Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Radha Krishna Nahi Anya. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Radha Krishna Nahi Anya. So therefore, when we read Chaitanya Charitamrita and especially hear the pastimes of Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, it's very easy to understand what is Radha Krishna Leela, what is Vrindavan Leela, like that. So this is a very important chapter and a very important topic, the cleaning of Gundicha temple. So basically the mood of Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is just before Rath Yatra, one day before Rath Yatra, Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu goes with his devotees and cleans the Gundicha temple. How many of you all have been to Jagannath Puri? Okay. So now we'll go on a Mansik Yatra to Jagannath Puri. So Jagannath Puri, there is main Jagannath temple, right, which is called Shri Mandir, and almost 2 miles later there's this grand road, there is Gundicha temple. So Shri Mandir represents Dwarka ya Kurukshetra, and the Gundicha temples represents Vrindavan. So Mahaprabhu's mood was, now if Jagannath is going inside Gundicha temple, the temple should be cleaned. So in that mood, Mahaprabhu actually goes and cleans the Gundicha temple. So we will discuss from this book. Shri Gundicha Mandiram Atma Vrindai Samarjayam Kshalanta Sagoraha Svochittavat Chilatam Ujvalam Cha Krishnopavesho Paikam Chakara. So Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami explains that in this chapter we will see how Mahaprabhu went along with his devotees and he cleaned the Gundicha temple so immaculately that this temple started to shine just like the heart of the Supreme Lord. So Mahaprabhu in this pastime, this is a long chapter, we will see how far we get. So Mahaprabhu in this Lila he shows how every seva that we do to Lord Krishna, every seva is important. So Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is cleaning the temple, but he cleans it so perfectly, the temple starts to shine. Because any service that you are doing for Krishna has to be perfect. In Chaitanya Charitamrita, Mahaprabhu is glorifying a great devotee of his called Raghav Pandit. The speciality of Raghav Pandit was, whatever he would offer to Krishna, whether it is boga or dress or anything, he would offer the first class items to Krishna. So this is the mood that Mahaprabhu is teaching us, that every seva is important and any seva that we do has to be done, with lot of heart, and we have to try to do it in the best possible way. Jaya Jaya Gaura Chandra Jayo Nityananda Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. So Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami starts every chapter by offering obeisances to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Nityananda Prabhu, Advaita Acharya and everyone. Jaya Jaya Shrivasadi Gaura Bhakta Gana Shakti Deha Kariyena Chaitanya Varnan. So Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami is such a humble preacher and an author. He is praying to all the devotees who are hearing Chaitanya Charitamrita, and he is telling all of them, please bless me so that actually I can describe the pastimes of Mahaprabhu. So in this chapter, before describing actual Gundicha Lila, the cleaning of Gundicha, there is some amount of description of King Prataparudra. So 500 years ago, the king of Orissa was called King Prataparudra. So Prataparudra Maharaj, even though he was very powerful, had a lot of wealth and everything, he had a great desire to meet Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So these 2-3 chapters connected to Rath Yatra, Gundicha cleaning Rath Yatra, it also parallelly, just like in movies, you have 2-3 scenes that go on parallelly. So similarly our authors, all these great personalities, connect 2-3 scenes parallelly. So one parallel line is going on, the cleaning of Gundicha temple, Rath Yatra and all. Along the same parallel line is how Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu shows mercy to the king. So Mahaprabhu initially doesn't want to see the king at all, because Mahaprabhu is a sannyasi and he says it's not right for a sannyasi to associate with worldly people. But slowly seeing the service attitude of the king and the persuasion of all the devotees, Mahaprabhu's heart melts. Purve Dakshina Haite Prabhu Yabe Aila Tare Milite Gajapati Utkantita Haila. So when Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came back from his South Indian tour, Gajapati refers to the king of Orissa. He became very eager to meet Mahaprabhu. Katak Haite Patri Dila Sarvabhoma Tani Prabhura Agya Haya Yadi Dekibara Yai. So the king, in 500 years ago, the capital of Orissa was a place called Katak. Now it is Bhubaneswar. 500 years ago it was Katak. So the king from Katak sent a letter to Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya. So Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya was like a very great personality, almost like a guru for the king and a very great devotee of Lord Chaitanya. So the king wrote a letter to Bhattacharya, please ask permission from the Lord. If he gives me permission, I will come to meet him. Bhattacharya Likila Prabhura Agya Na Haila Punarapi Raja Tare Patra Pataila. So the Sarvam Bhattacharya writes to the king, I try to speak on behalf of you to Mahaprabhu. Mahaprabhu doesn't want to see you at all. So Bhattacharya writes to the king that Mahaprabhu has rejected you. Prabhur nikate aiche yata bhakta gana more lagi ta sabara kariha nivedan. So that time the king again writes to Bhattacharya. He tells him, please tell all the devotees to go on appeal. So the king is so eager, even though he is failing so many times, Mahaprabhu is rejecting him, but still he is very, very eager to see the Lord. So King Prataprudra is teaching all of us that if we want to achieve Krishna, we have to be very, very eager. We have to be really eager to achieve him. So the king is telling Sarvam Bhattacharya, please tell all the devotees, let them all go and appeal. Like if you have to get some work done, now if you have to fight against the government, you want to change some policy, what is the best way to do? Gather a crowd. You gather a crowd and do morcha, hamari mangi pura karo, and then the government will hear because number matters. So the king is telling Sarvam Bhattacharya, please take all the devotees, and when all the devotees speak, definitely the Lord will hear. Se sab dayalu more hana sadai, more lagi prabhu pade karibe vinay. So he says the devotees are very, very merciful. So if the devotees petition to the Lord may agree. Ta sabar prasad mili Shri Prabhura paye, Prabhu kripa vina more rajya nahi baye. So the king Prataprudra, he is such a great devotee. He is telling Sarvam Bhattacharya, if I get the mercy of all devotees, if all the devotees show mercy to me, I can see Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And without the darshan of Mahaprabhu, my kingdom is useless. I don't have any attraction for my kingdom. So these are devotees called Rajya Rishi. Even though they are great kings, their attachment is not to the kingdom. Their attachment is to the Supreme Lord. Tomorrow is Snan Yatra. Tomorrow is the day when Lord Jagannath is installed, in Satyuga years ago. So just like we have Prataprudra Maharaj, so Jagannath appeared in front of Indradyumna Maharaj. The story of Indradyumna is also similar. Indradyumna Maharaj was actually the emperor of the entire world in Satyuga. But he was feeling that this entire kingdom is useless if I don't get darshan of Krishna. Shunyayitam jagat sarvam govinda virahe name. So this is the mood that Chaitanya Charitamrita teaches us, that without Krishna in our life, without the Supreme Lord in our life, without His mercy, practically everything is useless. Yadi more kripa na karibe gaura hari, rajya chadi yogi haiba bikari. So the king is so determined. He writes to Sarvam Bhattacharya, if the Lord Gaura Hari doesn't show me mercy, I will just give up my kingdom and become a beggar. Who can say this? He's saying, immediately I'll give up the kingdom. I'm ready to become a beggar, but the only thing I want is the mercy of the Lord. Srila Prabhupada would often say, if you have to achieve Krishna, if you have to attain Krishna, you have to pay a price. Isn't it? The more costlier the thing, the costlier the price. Who is the costliest thing? Krishna, the costliest object. So if we want to achieve Krishna, we have to be ready to pay such a price. So for all of us, King Prataprudra is a role model. The question is whether are we ready? We may not have to, we don't have a kingdom also to sacrifice anyway, but we have something, right? So at least as years progress, the amount of surrender we have should increase. We should be able to surrender more to Krishna. Surrender also means wealth. Nowadays Janmashtami time, collection time, it also means wealth. But surrender also means giving your time, energy, everything. Ultimately, whatever we have is given by the Supreme Lord only, isn't it? Whatever intelligence we have, everything is given by Krishna. So it's our duty to give it back to Krishna. If we do it, we are intelligent. Anyway, at the time of death, everything is going to go away. Is it going to remain with us always? Is it going to go away? Krishna will anyway take everything. Whether you want it or not, Krishna is going to take everything away in the form of death. But that is not called bhakti. That Krishna has taken on his own. So while we are living, while we have the energy and choice, when we give to Krishna, that is real bhakti. So the king is telling Sarvabhattacharya, if I don't get to see Mahaprabhu, I'll give up my kingdom. So here is a fight, is a competition. This competition is between Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and the king. Mahaprabhu is determined, I will not see the king. And the king is telling, if I don't see Mahaprabhu, I'll just give up my kingdom. So in this fight between the Supreme Lord and his devotee, we will see that the devotee only wins. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he changes his mind and gives darshan to the king. So the point is, if we have, Prabhupada explains in purports ahead, Prabhupada in 4-5 verses, Prabhupada mentions this point of determination. So Prabhupada says, if someone is determined like Pratap Rudra Maharaj, he will definitely achieve the mercy of the Lord. Snan Yatra is a time when, for the appearance of Jagannath, Raja Indradyumna sacrificed so much. There were so many difficulties in his life. But he just kept going on and on. Very, very determined. So determination is the key. So the story continues. Sarvabhattacharya, reading that letter, he gets very scared. He feels that the king will just give up the kingdom. What will happen to the kingdom? So he takes that letter and shows it to all the devotees. So in between I'll read shlokas. In between I'll just continue. The time is short. So Sarvabhattacharya shows this letter to all the devotees, and all the devotees, first of all, they are so astonished that the king is ready to give up anything to see Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So all the devotees go together. As I told you, number makes a difference. Sarvabhattacharya tried many times to tell Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Mahaprabhu didn't hear. So the devotees decided, let's go together. So all the devotees go together to tell Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, please meet the king. But after going in front of Mahaprabhu, they are so scared, they don't speak anything. They are not able to speak. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is asking them, Arey, you all have come here to say something, please say something. Why you all have come here? So Nityananda says, my dear Lord, we want to say also, but we are scared of you also. Anyway, Nityananda, he puts this case up. Just 2-3 days ago was Paniyati Chidadahi Utsav. So the essence of this Paniyati festival is that if you want to get the mercy of Mahaprabhu, if you want to get the mercy of Krishna, the only way is the mercy of Nityananda or the mercy of Balaramji. So here, Prabhupada actually in one purport, in Chaitanya Charitamrita, Prabhupada explains that Nityananda is more merciful than Mahaprabhu. When Nityananda came one year to Jagannath Puri, Mahaprabhu told Nityananda, next year you don't come to Jagannath Puri, you stay in Bengal and preach. And Mahaprabhu tells Nityananda, what even I cannot do, you can do. Because Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he delivered the king, he delivered, special people. But Nityananda delivered the most fallen people. So Mahaprabhu is not ready to meet the king, but Nityananda takes the case on his own hands. And he tells the Lord, please meet the king. If you don't meet the king will become a mendicant. Right? So in this way, Nityananda puts the case. So Mahaprabhu tells all the devotees, I cannot meet, right? I cannot do it because I am a sannyasi. If I meet the king, my name will get spoiled. Everyone will laugh at a sannyasi. So finally, Mahaprabhu, in this way the devotees are bargaining with Mahaprabhu. Finally, Nityananda tells Mahaprabhu, let us do one thing. You don't want to meet the king. And the king, if he doesn't meet you, he'll give up his life. He can do any extreme step. So let us do one thing. Please give one of your garments. आपका एक वस्त्र राजा को दे देंगे. So the king will at least feel, Mahaprabhu didn't meet me, but at least he showed some mercy to me. Okay? So the devotees are very, very intelligent. And then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, okay, you all are all very learned personalities. Prabhu kahe, tumi sabha parama vidwan, ye bala hoye, se karha samadhan. So Mahaprabhu says, okay, you all are all very intelligent. I can't fight with you all. Whatever you all want, you all do. So Nityananda too sends one of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's garment to the king. Generally, imagine you are in the position of a king. A king can just demand anything and everything. But here the king's demand is not getting fulfilled. The king wants to see Mahaprabhu, but what he gets? The dress of Mahaprabhu. The king, when he receives this, the king is so happy and grateful. He is not in a mood of complaining. We will find in Chaitanya Charitamrita, even devotees who go through difficulties, when other devotees challenge them, or even the Supreme Lord doesn't give mercy immediately, none of the devotees are in a complaining mood. They are always filled with gratitude. So the king, he is so happy. Vastrapana Rajara Haila Ananditaman Prabhu Rupa Kari Kare Vastrera Pujan. So the king becomes so happy, he receives Mahaprabhu's dress as if it is Mahaprabhu only. And he starts to do puja of that dress of Mahaprabhu. So Prabhupada explains here, this is Vedic injunction. The Vedic injunction is, if you want to show Krishna that you love him, you respect him, how will you show Krishna? How you respect things and people connected to Krishna. Krishna will not give darshan immediately. Krishna will send his prasad. Krishna will send his devotees. How we respect Krishna's devotees, how we respect things connected to Krishna, very much shows how we respect Krishna. So in the process of bhakti, every small thing matters. Every prasad that we get, every kirtan we get to attend, any small service that we get to do, how do we do it? So the king is so grateful, that he's got this mercy of Krishna. So Prabhupada explains in the purport, Aradhananam sarvesham Vishnur aradhanam param tasmat paratram devi tadiyana samacharam. The greatest worship is worship of the Supreme Lord Vishnu, but greater than the worship of Vishnu is worship of things connected to Vishnu. Tadiyana samacharam. So how we respect the garland that is offered to Krishna? How do we respect the vastra of Krishna? How do we respect the prasad of Krishna? All this shows. In Rajapur, just like we have Jagannath Puri, Jagannath, in Mayapur also we have one Jagannath. So there is a very interesting story connected to Rajapur Jagannath. So one time there was a Muslim driver who went to this Jagannath temple, and one of the devotees gave Khichdi Prasad of Jagannath to this Muslim driver. This Muslim guy anyway doesn't have any faith in Prasad. He just threw the Prasad away. In the night, Balramji came in his dream. And Balramji sat on his chest and started to beat him like anything. Left, right, center. And Subhadra was also standing there. And Subhadra was telling Balramji, beat him, kill him. And Balramji is beating him. Finally, Jagannathji tells Balramji, let us give him one more chance. This guy, next day morning, he comes to the temple and tells the pujari, please give me khichdi. And he became a great devotee of Jagannath. So the point is, if we don't respect things connected to the Lord, that means we are showing the Lord that we actually don't respect him. Right? So in this way, the king becomes very, very happy. So the story continues that Ramananda Rai is, for many of you all, these may be first time you are hearing these names, but at some point you have to start hearing. I remember in my initial days of Krishna consciousness, I never heard anything from Bhagavad Gita. My initial introduction to Krishna consciousness was His Grace Krishnanand Prabhu, and the only thing we heard was Chaitanya Charitamrita. It took some time for us to understand, but then slowly we figured out. So Ramananda Rai was actually a governor under the king. So the king has many small kingdoms under him, districts. So Ramananda Rai was a governor of a place called Kovur, Vidyanagar in Andhra Pradesh. So when Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went to South Indian tour, he met Ramananda Rai. And he told Ramananda Rai, please give up this government service and come and join me. So now, Ramananda Rai is working under which king? Pratap Rudra. So Ramananda Rai goes and tells King Pratap Rudra, I just want to leave your service and join Mahaprabhu. Imagine, the king wants to meet Mahaprabhu. King is not getting mercy. Who is getting? Someone under him is getting. Generally the king, he'll become envious. I'm not getting how this guy is getting. But the king here also becomes happy. He tells Ramananda Rai, no problem. Go. You just go and serve Mahaprabhu. And he tells him, don't worry. Every month you'll get salary also. Good life, no? So all ISKCON devotees should get this life. You keep serving ISKCON and government will put salary in your bank. If you do nice bhakti, we will get a government like this. Everyone's happy. Just do Hare Krishna. You have to show how many rounds you have done. Bas. Salary aata rahega. So this was king. This is India. Raja Rishi. So Ramananda Rai, he was also very intelligent. So at every opportune moment, he would glorify the king in front of Mahaprabhu. Ramananda Rai is very intelligent. He would glorify the king. King is a great devotee, this, that. So slowly, he made place in the heart of Mahaprabhu for the king. So again, Ramananda Rai tells Mahaprabhu, please meet the king. What is the problem? So Mahaprabhu says, no, I cannot meet. So then Mahaprabhu tells Ramananda Rai, see, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is giving mercy in installments. First he sends this cloth to the king. So now with the speaking of Ramananda Rai, Mahaprabhu tells Ramananda Rai, ठीक है, I will not meet the king, but I can meet his son. Bring the son of the king. So now this news reaches the king. And the king again becomes very happy. ठीक है, I am not getting mercy, at least someone is getting. So in the path of bhakti, we should never be envious. Never be envious. Right? Whenever we see someone getting mercy, someone is growing, some center is growing, just be happy about it. So that is the path of bhakti. So the king becomes so happy. Okay, my son is going to go to Mahaprabhu. He sends the son. And this boy, he had like a darkish complexion. He looked like Krishna, black in color wise. And he wore a pitambar vastra, yellow color dhoti. So looking at him, Mahaprabhu remembered Krishna. And Mahaprabhu became so happy. Mahaprabhu embraced this boy. And Mahaprabhu told him, come to me every day. And this explained that just by Mahaprabhu embracing this boy immediately became a pure devotee. All of you all came through some Journey of Soul Discovery course. You did some basic course. So for us to make devotees, you have to do Journey of Soul Discovery course, then weekly satsang, feed lot of prasad, and then slowly someone will become. Here this boy, first time he came to devotees, straight pure devotee. So Prabhupada explains here, this is Mahaprabhu's mercy. So Prabhupada says here, if a person is actually blessed by the mercy of the Lord, he can immediately become a pure devotee. And Prabhupada says this is not theory, this is practice. So Prabhupada says on a previous day, this boy was an ordinary prince. The next day, he was the topmost devotee. This is how Mahaprabhu is merciful. And this boy regularly, he became like an intimate associate of Mahaprabhu. And the king is so happy. Okay, I am not God, someone has God. So when this boy went back to the king, and when the king embraced this boy, he got the same experience as if embracing Mahaprabhu. Same experience. The reason because he was not envious. So in this way, the first part of this chapter explains how Mahaprabhu is, slowly showing mercy to the king. Now we will actually come to Gundicha Lila. So one day, Mahaprabhu, he calls Kashi Mishra, the superintendent of the temple, and he tells them, please, I have a desire to wash the temple. I want to wash Gundicha temple with the devotees. Padicha kahe, ami sabba sevak tomar, ye tomar icha se kartavya amar. So the superintendent was given a standing order by the king. The superintendent of the temple was told by the king, whatever Mahaprabhu wants, immediately fulfill. In fact, the king told them, even if Mahaprabhu slightly indicates something, just do it. So Mahaprabhu requested these people, please, if you all permit me, I want to clean that Gundicha temple. So the superintendent tells Mahaprabhu, my dear Mahaprabhu, if you want, I will allow you, but this seva is not befitting you. You are the Supreme Lord, you are a sannyasi, you are a topmost Brahmana, why you have to wash temple? But Mahaprabhu has great desire. So this superintendent says, okay, if you want, I'll help you out. So this person gets lot of water pots, brooms, ityadi. Nutan ek shata samarjani, padicha aniya dila prabhur icha jani. So knowing the desire of the Lord, now to clean the temple, what do you need? You need jadu, you need brooms, you need pots to pour water like that. So he got hundreds of brooms, hundreds of new pots and gave it to the temple. Next day, Aradina means the day of Gundicha cleaning, Prabhu Lana Nijagane, Shri Haste Sabar Anga Lepila Chandan. So next day in the morning, Mahaprabhu personally puts Chandan and garland to all the devotees, and Mahaprabhu, along with the devotees, with broom in hand, goes to Gundicha temple. This is the only avatar probably who has a broom in hand. Aam Aadmi Party. Okay, why will Krishna have to lift a broom? Krishna doesn't have to lift a broom, but he is lifting it. So this avatar is showing by his example. Through his example is showing. Because Lord Chaitanya is the Supreme Lord, but he's in the mood of a devotee. So Lord Chaitanya is holding that broom, with great pride. After millions of lifetimes, you get an opportunity to broom the temple for Krishna. So any seva that comes in our line, whether be it the smallest service, we have to understand that it comes after lifetimes. It's not easy. Not everyone gets the opportunity to do menial service. So Mahaprabhu, with great happiness, he took all the devotees. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the leader. He doesn't tell all the devotees, "Okay, all of you all go and in the evening report to me." Mahaprabhu also goes. He personally goes and shows by example. So the Lord, the chapter continues how Mahaprabhu, he would clean everything very carefully. Bhitara mandira upara sakala majila simhasana maji puna stapana kaila. So Gundicha temple, if any of you have been to Jagannath Puri and the Gundicha temple, it's a huge temple, very big campus. There is the main temple, small temples, big campus. Mahaprabhu cleaned every small part of the temple. Every small part. The ceiling, the walls, the floor, everything. And how many devotees? There were around 200, 300 devotees with Mahaprabhu. That's it. They cleaned everything. Even thousands and thousands of people go, you can't clean that temple in one day. It's a big project. But Mahaprabhu did it. And Mahaprabhu was, so here it says, with his own hand, Shri Haste, with his own hand Mahaprabhu was brooming. Mahaprabhu was cleaning. So Mahaprabhu cleaned everything. Chota bada mandira kaila marjana shodhan, pache taise shodila Shri Jagmohan. The small temples, big temples, Mahaprabhu cleaned everything. Premo ullase shodena hayena Krishna naam, bhakta gana Krishna kahe, kare nija kaam. So the devotees were chanting Hare Krishna and cleaning. So there is a time when you sit to chant japa, and when you are not chanting japa, while you are doing seva, just keep chanting. Just like Krishna tells to Arjuna in the Gita, Ma manusmara yuddhacha. Chant Hare Krishna and also carry out your duties. So in this way the devotees were busy chanting Hare Krishna and cleaning. And Mahaprabhu, he cleaned so much that his entire body became dirty, covered with dust, sweating. But here it says, Duli dusar tanu dekite shobana, kaha kaha ashru jale kare samarjan. So Mahaprabhu was dirty, dust everywhere, dust and sweat and everything. But still Mahaprabhu was looking very, very beautiful. Lord's beauty is like perfect. And in this way, Mahaprabhu cleaned. In fact, he would cry. And with his tears, he cleaned every part. So Mahaprabhu, what he did was, in this Gundicha Lila, you will see Mahaprabhu also organizing the team very well. He organizes, he tells devotees which part they should clean. And Mahaprabhu tells all of them that, okay, each of you all, how much ever you all clean. So the initial was brooming, dry brooming. Okay? So Chaitanya Charitamrita also tells how to do cleaning. So first you do dry brooming and then you mop, right, with water. So Mahaprabhu does dry brooming. And then Mahaprabhu tells all the devotees, what all of you all will do, you all will gather your kachada, whatever, dust. And Mahaprabhu told them, I will see how much you all have done. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is also result oriented a little. So he gives targets. He tells them that I will see how much you all have collected. Right? So in this way, all devotees start to work very enthusiastically. Ei matta bhakta gana kari nija vase trinaduli bahire felaya parama harishe. So in great happiness, the devotees clean. So Mahaprabhu, what he was doing is, so now when you broom, you need one scoop or something to remove the dust. No? So Mahaprabhu didn't have that. You know what he did? In his cloth, he started to put that kachada. And then he would take it out and put. So Mahaprabhu is so humble himself, and he's not even bothered about his dress and anything. He just does it. Like whatever is needed for the Lord's service, he just does it. So seeing this, the devotees also started to do the same example. So it is explained here, Sabar jiyantan boja ekatra karila, Sabar haite prabhura boja adhik kahila. So the devotees, they would collect all their dust. All the dust collected by the devotees, Mahaprabhu's collection of dust was much more. That means Mahaprabhu, he's just not giving orders. He's also doing it through his own example. So now, one time the devotees have groomed the entire temple. After doing so much seva, what do you want? You want to relax. So Mahaprabhu tells them, Sukshma dhuli tarak kankar sab karah dur bhale mate shodhana karah prabhur antapur. So Mahaprabhu tells them, let us go and clean again. Because first time when you clean, you can't remove the small things. So first time they clean properly, Mahaprabhu tells them, let's go and clean again. This time, see the small dust particles, small grains like that, and remove all that. And Mahaprabhu again went into the temple and cleaned for the second time. And after cleaning, now it was time to actually put water. 500 years ago, there was no motor and pipe and anything. So Gundicha temple, very close, a few meters away from Gundicha temple, 200-300 meters away, is a sarovar called Indradumna Sarovar. Huge place, huge tank of water. So the devotees made a line and they would take a pot filled with water, pass it on. Just like Radha Kund was made, all the gopis were doing that. So they were passing on pots and then they would throw. So today's day and age, when things are very easy, you have a pipe, you can just put water. Still it's difficult for us to do seva. In those days, seva matlab, there's a lot of hard work. The devotees were doing this very happily. They were standing in line, they got a lot of waters and they were just waiting for Mahaprabhu's order. As soon as Mahaprabhu says, they will throw water. So now, the second time the full dry cleaning was done. So Mahaprabhu tells them, okay, throw water. So where they throw water, they first throw water on the ceiling. Right? That's the logic. If you throw water on the ceiling, it will come down. So Mahaprabhu started to clean the ceiling first. Kafara bhariya jale urdhva chalaila, sei jale urdhva shodhi bhiti prakashila. So he threw water on the ceiling. So Mahaprabhu cleaned the ceiling also. And on the ceiling, it would come on the walls and come down like this. So in this way, Mahaprabhu, after throwing water, what Mahaprabhu was doing was, with his own hand, he didn't have a pocha, with his own hand he was cleaning it. Imagine how Mahaprabhu is so involved in this service. Because he is feeling that this is a great opportunity to clean the temple of the Lord. With his own hand he is cleaning. And sometimes he would take his own, because he didn't have a pocha, his own dress he would clean, he would mop. So in this way Mahaprabhu did this. Right? With his own, after throwing water with brooms, they washed it, and then Mahaprabhu started to use his clothes. Nija vastre kaila Prabhu griha sammajan, Prabhu nija vastre majila simmasan. So Mahaprabhu took his own cloth and started to clean the area where the Supreme Lord sits. And in this way people are throwing water, hundreds of devotees are throwing water, and Mahaprabhu and all the devotees are cleaning. So it is explained, Nirmala Shita Snigdha Karila Mandire Apana Hridaya Yena Dharila Bahire. So the temple became pure, cool and pleasing because it was cleaned so well. See, any seva that you do nicely, immediately you can make out it's done nicely. Like, you can make a kheer, just take milk, put rice and sugar and finish it off. But you can make a kheer with lot of love, lot of affection. And both are kheer, but both will taste completely different. I was just hearing a class, one of our senior leaders was telling us, Tamal Krishna Maharaj, one of Srila Prabhupada's very senior disciple. So one devotee somewhere in UK had made a sandesh to offer it to Krishna, and he gave it to Tamal Krishna Maharaj. Please eat this. Tamal Krishna Maharaj ate it and said, this is very good, but nothing in comparison with what Radhanath Swami makes. So this devotee is thinking, who is this Radhanath? At that time a brahmachari. So he said, let me go and check out. So he went to New Vrindavan, which is in West Virginia, to meet Radhanath Swami. And he told him, I want to see how you make this sandesh. So Nadan Maharaj told him, come 1 in the morning. So 1 o'clock in the morning, this devotee came and Maharaj started to make this sandesh. 8 hours he is making sandesh. Now if you put so much energy and effort and love in it, naturally as soon as you take the sandesh, it will just melt in the mouth. So the point is, any seva can just be done for the sake of doing it, but any seva can be done with a lot of affection. And when you do it, the result will immediately show how much it's done with. So the whole temple was shining, so cool and so brilliant. So it is explained that hundreds of devotees were bringing pots from Indradumna Sarovar. And everyone was chanting Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna kahi kare ghatera prarthan, Krishna Krishna kahi kare ghatena samarpan. So now, if you want to ask someone, give me a pot, how will you say? You will say, give me a pot. But here the devotees were not doing that. If someone wanted a pot, they would say Krishna Krishna. And the other devotee would say Krishna Krishna and give the pot. That means they were doing this huge big project of cleaning Gundicha. No one was speaking anything else other than Hare Krishna. Bas. This is all that was going on. This is also a very important principle. Okay? When you are doing seva, try to do it nicely and focus on the Mahamantra. Okay? Best communication skill is when you have Krishna in the center, when your purpose is very clear, all communication happens. Just through, just through signs, everything can be communicated. So all the devotees were speaking only about Krishna. Yehi kahe, sahi kahe Krishna naam haila sanketa sabha kam. Everyone was chanting Hare Krishna, and just by indication, everything would be done. So the point is, where it is not needed, there is no need to speak. Indication. Otherwise, even while doing dressing of deities, devotees just keep speaking, Are, idhar, udhar, Are. Focus on your seva. Focus on your service well. So if you just focus on why we are doing for Krishna, everything can be done. It's simple. Among devotees, communication is very simple. Someone wants this, someone wants that. That's it. Just chant Hare Krishna. So in this way, all the devotees and Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, they were just chanting Hare Krishna and doing this service. So it is explained in Chaitanya Charitamrita in this chapter. Mahaprabhu, when he would see some devotee doing very well, Mahaprabhu would say, very good. Tumi bhala kariyachat sakala anyare, ei mata bhala karma seho yeyo kare. So Mahaprabhu would tell them, very good, you are doing nice service. Teach others. Mahaprabhu would make them guru. Good, you teach others. And when Mahaprabhu would see, bhala karma deki tare kare parishram, manana milile kare pavitra brachram. So when Mahaprabhu would see someone not doing well, Mahaprabhu would mildly chastise them also. Are, do your seva properly. What are you doing? Or in today's language, as they say, why are you so spaced out? Focus. So in this way, Mahaprabhu would do that. Lovingly, but chastise. It's needed. Someone wants to be a leader, someone wants to be a manager. At some point, you have to give a lot of love and affection, mostly. But when it's needed, you have to, give that chastisement with a lot of love and affection. So in this way, Mahaprabhu with all the devotees cleaned the entire place. And then it is explained, when they let the water out, now all the water has been there, hundreds and hundreds of pots of water. When they let the water out, it was as if there was a river flowing into Indradumna Sarovar. There was like a huge river. So at this point, Srila Prabhupada gives a big purport, which actually is the lesson behind this Gundicha cleaning. So Prabhupada explains, this Gundicha cleaning is basically Mahaprabhu instructing all of us how we should clean our hearts. On an external level, it is also about doing the seva well. Whether it is cleaning or any seva, do it nicely with all your heart and everything. But this Gundicha cleaning also refers to cleaning our hearts. So Prabhupada explains here, how do we clean our hearts? Two things Prabhupada mentions. One is chanting Hare Krishna. Cheto Darpana Marjanam. Right? The way Srila Prabhupada started this movement is called. Prabhupada went to America and there were all these boys and girls, hippies who came there to meet Srila Prabhupada. They had all wrong habits, hearts filled with impurities. But just by chanting Hare Krishna, they all became pure. And all our situations are like that only. So chanting Hare Krishna is actually what purifies our hearts. So the first thing, the way we can actually purify our heart. And the second thing Prabhupada explains, hearing Katha. Shranvata Sukata Krishna Punya Shravana Kirtana Hridayantastoi Abhadrani Vidunoti Sridsata. So when we hear Krishna Katha, Krishna personally enters our hearts and cleans our heart. See, we are so helpless. We can't clean our own hearts also. Krishna only has to clean. Therefore, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu takes the broom in hand and I take responsibility to clean everyone's heart. So when we chant Hare Krishna and we hear about Krishna, this simple process, Prabhupada explains here, cleanses our heart. This simple process, Krishna himself will help cleanse the heart of a devotee because he is already situated there. So when we do this, Krishna actually cleans our heart. So just like Mahaprabhu, he cleaned this Gundicha temple many times. First time with broom, second time with broom, the smaller particles he removed. Third time with water and broom. You do na? Like if you have like a huge floor, you throw water, then you broom, with the broom you clean it, and then you remove all the water out, and then you use your cloth and do pocha like that. So Mahaprabhu multiple times he cleaned this Gundicha temple. One cleaning is not enough. You have to do it multiple times if you actually have to make it really clean. So Prabhupada explains here, similarly, if you want Krishna to come in our hearts has to be very pure. First thing, we'll have to find out what the impurities are. On the first look, you will not be able to find where the impurities are. On the first look, you may feel our heart is already pure. Where is the impurity? Look carefully. Don't use a magnifying glass. You will find a lot of impurities in it. So first, to clean impurity, you have to find the impurities. So Mahaprabhu is very attentive, very alert to find where the impurities are. So Prabhupada explains here, what are impurities? Impurities basically means desires not connected to the desire to serve Krishna, the desire to enjoy in this world. These are all impurities. So we have to give up all these impurities. So Prabhupada explains, Samsara Vishanale Dibanishi Hiya Jwale Judaite Na Koi No Upay. Narottam Das Thakur, one of our great acharyas, he's sung in this song. As long as we have all these impurities in our heart, we will never be happy. Samsara Vishanale, our heart will always burn. Can you remain happy in a dirty place? Probably in this world many people can remain. But generally a Brahmana will never be happy in a dirty place. He'll clean the place. So similarly, if our heart is dirty, we will never experience peace and satisfaction. We'll always remain agitated. So Prabhupada explains what these impurities are. As scriptures explains, impurities also mean impurities of austerity, tapasya, yoga, all these things not connected to Krishna. Anya bilashita shunyam jnana karmadi anavratam. So in the process of bhakti, even jnana, even karma, if it is not connected to Krishna, it is an impurity. Krishna is not happy with that. So Mahaprabhu is telling we have to clean all these impurities. So Prabhupada explains here, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur mentioned something specific that we have to be very careful of. We have to clean from our heart. The first thing is called Kuti Nati. Kuti Nati is an impurity. Kuti Nati basically means fault finding. We all have this tendency to find faults. This is a great impurity. We have to work, we have to endeavor to clean this. Second, Prabhupada explains here, Pratishta Asha, the desire for name and fame. We want people to glorify us. Maybe a subtle desire. We are doing seva, but in that seva also we feel, Arey, my name should come. People should glorify me. As I told you, it's very difficult to first recognize also this is an impurity. We may be doing seva to Krishna, but the question is, why are we doing it? Are we doing it for Krishna, or is there an agenda in that also? It's very difficult to find out on an external level, but when we are very conscious, we can actually recognize it. So Pratishta, desire for name and fame. Jivva Himsa. Jivva Himsa means, envying other living entities or harming other living entities. This is also there. Somehow, we like to give harm to others, we like to hurt others, verbally or whatever way. And Prabhupada explains here, real Jivva Himsa means not preaching. So Prabhupada explains here, if you are not preaching Krishna consciousness, That is also violence. So we have to preach this process. And then Prabhupada says, Nishid Achar. Nishid Achar means forbidden activities. So therefore in Krishna consciousness we have these principles. No illicit sex, no intoxication, no gambling. We have to give up all these things. So in this way, kama, the desire for material benefit, puja, labha, pratishtha, duplicity, these are all hindrances. So Mahaprabhu, through his own example, he is showing that how to clean our heart. First is the process of chanting Hare Krishna. The more we chant Hare Krishna, the more our heart will get pure. The more we hear about Krishna, therefore coming to satsangs, reading scriptures is something that's very important. It purifies our heart. And along with, as we keep doing these things, as we chant Hare Krishna and as we hear Krishna Katha, also important that we recognize what the anarthas are. Initially the anarthas may be very gross, right? The regulative principles, these are very gross. But there are subtle things also, right? When we see other devotees being glorified, do we feel happy or we feel envious? If we feel envious, that means impurities are still there. We have to recognize. Do we have the desire for name and fame? Every time people should glorify us. So if these things are there, first we have to recognize them and slowly endeavor on our own and also pray to Krishna. So in the story we have been discussing that if you have a sincere desire to do something, to achieve something, Krishna will fulfill. It's all about how strong a desire is. So in this way Prabhupada explains that Mahaprabhu as a leader, he is showing through his own example how we should clean our hearts. So now after cleaning the entire Gundicha temple, Mahaprabhu doesn't stop here. Seva doesn't stop. Seva is just on and on. And Mahaprabhu is so enthusiastic, such levels of energy. After cleaning the entire Gundicha temple, Mahaprabhu goes to Narsimha temple. Next to Gundicha, at the back of Gundicha temple, there is a Narsimha temple. So Mahaprabhu cleaned that temple also. He's saying, now we have cleaned this temple, why we should leave Narsimha there? Let's clean Narsimha temple also. Devotees could have told Mahaprabhu, let's do that next year. What is the hurry? Narsingh is going to be there only. Where is he going? Mahaprabhu said, no, let's clean Narsimha temple. So Narsimha temple, even though it's small, it's still quite big. It's still quite big. So Mahaprabhu cleaned the temple inside and out. So imagine, this Gundicha temple is so huge. Cleaning it. I remember, years ago we had gone a couple of times to Gundicha temple. Just being there 1 hour you get exhausted cleaning it. You go like highly enthusiastic, I'll clean. But in 1 hour you are drained out. You come back. Hare Krishna, ho gaya Gundicha temple. Our Gundicha temple cleaning is namesake. Kar diya. Tick mark ho gaya Gundicha temple cleaning. That's it. For the sake of it we do it. But Mahaprabhu didn't do it like that. Cleaned it thoroughly. Narsimha temple he cleaned it thoroughly. And after doing this, Mahaprabhu says, let us start Sankirtan. Imagine करो, इतना सेवा किया है, संकीर्तन का जाके सो जाएगा व्यक्ति 4 दिन तक. महाप्रभु स्टार्ट संकीर्तन. चारी दिके भक्त गण करे न कीर्तन, मध्य नृत्य करे न प्रभु मत्त सिंह सम. So Mahaprabhu started Sankirtan and Mahaprabhu so enthusiastically is dancing. And then it describes how Mahaprabhu was filled with symptoms of ecstasy and is dancing and dancing. And then finally Mahaprabhu is like on and on. Swarup Damodar Goswami comes and tells him, Mahaprabhu, please stop. I know your energy levels are high, but other devotees are still, their level is completely different. So therefore, more merciful than the Lord is the devotees. Ei mata katashana nitya kare kariya, Vishram karila Prabhu samana bujiya. So Swarup Damodar comes and tells him, my dear Lord, please, your merciful avatar, show some mercy. They also need some rest. So Mahaprabhu stops, right? And then the chapter continues. After all this kirtan and everything, the devotees bring prasad. So Chaitanya Charitamrita do lot of seva, do nice seva, do nice kirtan, and have a lot of prasad. Okay? You do good seva, Jagannath will arrange prasad. So because Mahaprabhu did all this service, the king sponsored. So I was telling the devotees, in Jagannath Puri, Mahaprabhu's prachar was simple. Mahaprabhu would do festivals, like every now and then Mahaprabhu would have a festival. Sponsored by the king. No tension. He didn't have to go and search donors. Everything sponsored by the king. Broom sponsored by the king, prasad sponsored by the king. So the superintendent of temple bought big quantities of prasad, unlimited prasad, and it was offered to Mahaprabhu. So they all presented to Mahaprabhu, And Mahaprabhu personally started to actually feed the devotees. And then the devotees told Mahaprabhu, you also please sit and have. And in this way, all the devotees sit and enjoy this bhojan. So there's one interesting pastime. Probably I'll tell this and then we can stop. So as the devotees were having prasad, next to Mahaprabhu was Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya. So Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, for those of you all who don't know, he was actually a Mayavadi, an impersonalist. But after meeting Mahaprabhu and after hearing the teachings of Mahaprabhu, he becomes a pure Vaishnava. So Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya and Mahaprabhu are sitting next to each other, and Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya's brother-in-law Gopinath Acharya is serving them food. So Gopinath Acharya tells Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, just see this Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya. Previously this guy was a logician, not at all interested in Krishna consciousness. Now he is sitting with devotees, sitting with you, Mahaprabhu, and enjoying prasad. So that time Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya tells Gopinath Acharya that actually it is only by the mercy of devotees and Mahaprabhu that I have got this opportunity. So just like Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, all of us, we were in a different world. Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya was in a different world, we were all in a different world. By the Lord's mercy, we have got to live the exact life Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and the devotees were living. Exact same life. Do seva, we have opportunities for seva, we have opportunities for lot of prasad, we have opportunities to do katha, kirtan, we have all these opportunities. To have darshan of Jagannath. If it was not for Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Srila Prabhupada, where we would know about Jagannath and all these pastimes? Where we would have ever gone to a yatra? I know so many devotees from Goa. They have left Goa only after coming to ISKCON. I know like unlimited people in Goa. They have never left Goa. They have sat in the train. First time they have seen Indian railways by the mercy of Srila Prabhupada. Isn't it? First time by the mercy of Srila Prabhupada they have gone to Jagannath Puri. Otherwise, whoever knows Jagannath Puri and Vrindavan and all these things? So point is, just like Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya is very grateful for this process of bhakti. So Chaitanya Charitamrita shows us that what we have got, what we are getting is a great blessing to be in association of devotee, to have darshan of the deities, to have prasad, opportunities to do service. This is like much more than 5-star, much more than what anyone can ever ask for. So in this way we have to actually be very grateful as we participate in the process of Krishna consciousness. So the story continues how after Gundicha Marjan there is Netrotsav, because after Snan Yatra 15 days Jagannath Darshan is closed. So just around Gundicha Marjan time the Jagannath Darshan opens up. So Mahaprabhu has been waiting to see Jagannath. So when the darshan opens up, Mahaprabhu just runs into the temple and his eyes are like bumblebees, continuously looking at the beautiful face of Jagannath. And after Gundicha Marjan Lila, the Rath Yatra pastime starts. So in the process of bhakti in our Vaishnava Dharma, one festival after another, you can remain busy eternally. One after another goes on and on. This is over, next starts. And in this way, keep participating in this process, and one day we'll go to the spiritual world where the same festivals go on there. So that is the process and the path that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has given all of us. Thank you all very much. Anyone has any questions, any comments? I wanted to actually discuss the verses, verse by verse, but then time is short. Thank you very much. Thank you to dear Rakesh Prabhu, Sushant Chaitanya, Premraj going through, Shubhada, Sukhada, all of them. Hare Krishna.